Hey kids, this is Aaron from the podcast That Wouldn't Die, and Kevin and I use Zencastr. You think you're better than us, that you're using something else? You're wrong. Zencastr's the place to be. Who are you to deny it?
It's now super easy to record a podcast with Zencastr. Log in using your browser and start recording a high-quality podcast right away. Record studio-quality sound and up to 4K video with your guests. Go to zencastr.com/pricing and use our code DIEHARD and you'll get 30% off your first month of any Zencastr paid plan. We want you to have the same experiences we do for all our podcasting and content needs. It's time for you to share your story.
Only a fool would give up a chance for a 30% discount.
Never seen a case like this before. 23 identities live in Kevin's body. Did something happen?
Open the door! There's a flower on the pillows, a flower in the bathroom, like we're important. Who is that?
Maybe she can help us.
We're here! We're in here!
Don't worry. He knows what you're here for. He's not allowed to touch you. He knows that.
Welcome to the latest episode of the podcast That Wouldn't Die. I'm your host, Kevin. With me, as always, is Aaron.
Hello there.
This week, we're discussing I don't know what this is, science fiction, psychological thriller. It could be anything. It's M. Night Shyamalan's Split, starring James McAvoy.
M. Night Scamalama, as usual. And not to drop any pearls, but my original impression remains the same. Continue.
Fair. Now, I will say this before we go any further. Typically, there is a grand twist in a Shyamalan movie that destroys the value of the movie as a whole. This movie really didn't have a twist. I mean, it kind of has a little like, ooh, Easter egg at the end. But it's not a twist per se. So therefore, I did not hate it as much as you seem to. How about that?
Okay. It does have a twist at the end. So you're a liar. So let me just put that out there.
About. Fair.
I will explain the movie to you in just a moment. In later movies, when he omits the twist, that was the time there should have been a twist.
Fair. The twist should have been, I should have twisted out the door.
No, Sixth Sense, twist worked. Lady in the Water, twist worked.
Let me say this. I always talk about how the first big twist of his that basically made me want to throw my popcorn at the screen was The Village. The Village was the one where I was like, the premise was so cool. I loved the premise.
Yeah.
Right? It's like kind of Salem witch trials time, essentially. This is the small community out there. It's kind of like The Witch, essentially. I like the period piece. I like there's a monster in the woods. Oh, shit, what are we going to do? But the reveal was, oh, no monster. No monster. In fact, not even a period piece. How about a double of these coming right at you?
And I don't know what it was. I was in that movie, and then all of a sudden, just the light bulb. Even before she went on the quest, the light bulb went off. I'm like, it's present day. I was like, motherfucker. Well, I don't know why that made me so angry. But I was like, motherfucker. It enraged me.
It did.
Same with The Happening. When you're sitting in the theater and you're like 30 minutes in, and you're like, it's fucking nature. It's
right.
God damn it.
Let me say this. Each week
it's
on the
exactly
podcast,
everything that
we
dude
discuss guilty
said.
pleasures and forgotten classics of the horror and sci-fi genre with a comedic twist. Sweet Jesus. No, we can talk about Shyamalan all the live long day. And let's be clear. Sixth Sense, in my mind, is unimpeachable.
Correct.
The movies that came after, while I wasn't enraged by them, I wasn't like I loved them. I didn't love Unbreakable or Signs. They were fine.
No.
I didn't hate them.
I love Lady in the Water.
You're the one.
Love.
Love,
Let me just say
love,
that.
love. Yeah. Okay. Say it.
All-star
has been said.
cast. Dude, love that movie.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Yeah, literally, there's 2 of his movies that I really love. Now, I don't see him at the theater. I'll see it when it hits HBO. I saw Old or whatever.
Right.
I'll see them. But
I
then
will not.
I haven't left the house. I haven't spent a bunch of money. So I'm willing to let it wash over for free at my house.
You know what I saw recently, an M. Night movie in the theater, and it was one of those deals, and we've talked about this before. I've got those
His
movie
name
passes.
gets smaller and smaller.
Correct. It's no longer from the mind of M. Night Shyamalan. But Becky and I went and saw that movie Trap with Josh Hartnett, where it's
Don't know who Josh Hartnett is. Never heard of the movie Trap.
I forget who I'm talking to sometimes. Anywho, in this movie, Josh Hartnett is going to a concert, and it's revealed that the concert was all set up as a trap for this serial killer. So there's cops all around.
Oh, I saw the previews for that.
Yes.
No, I was never going to see that at the theater.
Josh Hartnett is the serial killer, and he's the protagonist. It's all through his eyes. And what's weird is like the head of the FBI, who you see in a distance, is Haley Mills from The Parent Trap. For some reason, he's bringing her back.
For some reason, is right.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
So anyway, it was fine. I didn't hate it. I thought it was a little uneven, and it was clear that it was basically just an excuse for M. Night to put his daughter, because his daughter plays the singer, the pop star that everyone's there to see. So we get to see her sing a few tunes.
She doesn't bother me. She doesn't bother me.
It's fine. So it's neither here nor there. But other than that, I literally think The Village may have been the last M. Night movie that I saw, that I willfully went and saw in the theater. The rest I've seen only for this podcast, essentially.
This movie we're going to discuss today is the last one I saw in the theater. And I went with a bunch of people.
And you hated this movie.
Yeah,
you liked it?
Oh,
you didn't like it. Okay.
Everyone I went with liked it. They always look at me. I'm like, this movie's shit. And everybody's like, what? I thought it was kind of good.
I will say you're hard on a movie, Aaron. Let me just say that. I think you're hard.
Love it or hate it. I have an opinion one way or another.
You have two poles. You have two poles. Some would say bipolar. Whereas either I love it or I hate it. There's no, it's okay. I feel like I live in the it's okay area, and you live either mostly in I hate it. Let's be honest. Mostly I hate it. Occasionally visit the I love it area. So, good Lord.
Sometimes there's the I love it until, and then I hate it.
Well, yes, right.
Which is often, I think. Like, I'm down with it. Like, I loves me some serial killers. But you know what I didn't like?
What?
The fucking twist. As soon as I realize, spoiler alert, that being abused makes you a superhero.
That's a thing. That's a thing.
That's a thing.
Well, okay. Yeah. Before we get into all that, what's going on with you? Anything non-movie related? We usually talk about your personal life for the first 20 minutes of the show.
I am overscheduled. I'm greedy for money, so I've signed up for way too many freaking things. I'm doing like a training after work for an hour every day, and then I volunteered to teach a class on Thursday nights for 4 hours for 10 weeks.
Why would you do that? In the name of all it's decent and holy, why would you do that?
Someone begged me to, and I immediately regretted it. I'm like, I don't want to be at work till almost 9 o'clock at night. I want to be in bed at 8 o'clock. Even if I don't go to sleep, I want to be snuggly buggly with all my blankets in bed, just relaxing.
For sure.
Not driving home an hour later than normal.
No can do. There's no, honestly, they come into we're both teachers, people who are just joining us. There are times they come knocking on my door and say, hey, Mr. Doherty, would you like to lead this club or teach this sport or volunteer to do X, Y, and Z? How about summer school? And my answer is always like, you see the door over there? Walk through it and leave me the hell alone. Thank you.
Well, and then I also didn't mention that I'm also a mentor for 3 other teachers at different school sites who are new teachers.
Good for
It's all
you.
for money, people. No.
I always joke, they never asked me to
money,
mentor
money,
anybody.
money, 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 money makes the world go around.
No one ever
I
says,
just
hey,
don't wanna work
K-Dog,
for it.
K-Dog, would you like to mentor this young teacher? Number one, it's probably the answer is no. Number two is they're like, of all the teachers who could mentor this young teacher, we go to Mr. Doherty last. He's last on the call sheet if we know what's good for us.
No one came knocking at my door, except for the 10-week class. Someone came to my room 3 times and promised me that I wouldn't have to do anything. And then promptly, once I signed up, told me all the things I have to do. The other ones, I came knocking at other people's doors. I want more money.
I want more time to lay in
High,
bed.
high school teachers, I don't know about you, high school teachers have 1,000 ways that they can make more money
Fair.
that elementary does not.
And 50 ways to leave your lover is my understanding.
I had a home instruction kid for 5 hours a week for 4 years until he graduated. And I was like, I'm never doing that again. Just that alone is an extra $1,000 a week.
This is all fascinating for our non-teachers out there in the world.
You asked me what I was doing. I'm exhausted and it's self-inflicted.
Well, you're like, what are we recording? I'm heading home now, and you're like, I'm just gonna go to bed. I'm like, it's 4:30, Aaron. You can't just go to bed at 4:30.
It's dark outside. That means that's God saying go to bed. I don't think I could live in like Iceland. I would be like a polar bear. I would just be in bed for 6 months, and then I would wander around like a meth head for the next 6 months. Just never going to sleep.
Never go to
the
sleep.
sun was up.
Interesting. It's an issue. It's a big issue in
I'd be
Iceland.
The Walking Dead.
Sweet Jesus. Would you give us your 30-second synopsis of Split, please?
Multiple personality disorder. Two of the personalities kidnap a bunch of girls to offer to the Beast because, spoiler alert, he's a superhero and they need to make a sacrifice. And now he's going to go live with Mr. Glass, and their promise of a whole superhero world all came crashing after this.
Don't spoil the next film, which I also haven't seen, for God's sakes. Good Lord.
There was another film? I thought it was canceled.
No, they made it. It was called Glass, starring Samuel L. Jackson, Bruce Willis, and James McAvoy. How about that?
No, that movie came first.
No,
that movie came first.
No, it didn't.
I don't even know what you're saying anymore.
First movie was
What's
Unbreakable.
the movie?
Unbreakable was the first movie that came out.
I didn't see Glass.
No, Unbreakable was
Unbreakable
like 15
was enough.
15 years earlier.
Yeah.
It was like M. Night's like second big blockbuster with Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson. And that's why it was kind of you could argue that's the shocking twist, that this belongs in the same universe as Unbreakable. Like in the final moments, they're at a diner. They're like, oh, he's got crazy superpowers. Like that guy went to prison. What was his name? I don't remember. And Bruce Willis turns around the corner. His name was Mr. Glass. And like literally looks at the barrel
that
of the
whole section ruined the whole movie for me.
Shut up. That's a 2-second scene.
No.
Really?
From the moment I realized that the superpower is child abuse, and if they're wrapping it into Unbreakable, I was like, oh, motherfucker.
Okay, well, I mean, that's a different question.
It went from if Silence of the Lambs ended with Superman touching down, how would you feel about that?
You're saying if James Gumb was also Lex Luthor? Is that what you're saying? Perhaps. I love his name was James. James. No S at the end. Who the hell? Yeah. You knew he was crazy if he's telling people call me James. Anyway, moving on. Sweet Jesus. Puts the lotion in the basket. We still say that around the house just for fun. It's good
Everyone
stuff.
says that.
100%. 100%.
What's in the box?
We say that too. There's three
Yeah.
things. It puts the lotion in the basket. It's what's in
Yes.
the box, and it's not the bees, not the bees. Those are the three that we drop around the house constantly. Constantly. My wife has lost her mind.
Sense.
Okay, you established you saw us in the theater, or you saw it on streaming? How did you see
I saw it at the theater.
Opening night.
Full board. Not opening night, opening weekend.
With all your homies? You rolled out and
With
said,
my
we're doing
freaks.
this.
Yeah. All my freaks who were like, is it a horror movie? I'm like, I think it's a suspense.
You could argue that's what it is.
I just lie to people now.
Now, I never saw this before. This is my first viewing, but shockingly enough, I knew what the twist was. And the reason I knew what the twist was is because since Split came out, the movie Glass came out, which had James McAvoy running around on all fours attacking people. So I'm like, oh, okay. I guess there's a connection here that I need to know about. So good stuff.
Yeah, when I watched this, it immediately loaded up Glass.
Yes.
And I thought that was Unbreakable. I didn't know there was the movie. I'm like, and Unbreakable is not terrible.
No. Unbreakable.
Unbreakable is a superhero movie. So that's okay.
Well, it kind of is revealed that it's a superhero movie about halfway through, because if you remember, ladies and gentlemen, Unbreakable is Bruce Willis survives a train wreck, and afterwards he meets a dude who is a big comic book guy who has like he has fragile bone disease, whatever it's called. So he's in a wheelchair.
Opposite of Bruce Willis.
He's the opposite. And basically living his life, and this is the twist of Unbreakable, spoiler alert. Living his life with this breakable bone thing made him think that he was made for bigger things. But since he couldn't be a hero, he was going to be a villain. And therefore, he was like, I have to find my opposite number, somebody who is unbreakable. So then he proceeds to basically cause a bunch of disasters to see if anybody survives any of these disasters. This is all the grand reveal. Spoiler alert once more. And when he discovers that Bruce, because up to this point, you think he's Bruce Willis's buddy.
Right.
And then the reveal is, no, I'm the villain. And you're the hero with your square jaw, and all, because there's a whole thing about this is what a hero looks like. Here's what a villain looks like. And one of the things is like they have big, crazy heads. And of course, it's a reveal. Samuel Jackson has a crazy hairstyle or something.
First of all, Samuel Jackson always has a crazy fucking hairstyle.
He does. 100%.
Or weird beard. A weird beard. Like that one, what is it from the one in Torrance?
Jackie Brown. He's got the soul patch that goes down about 6 inches.
It's braided down. It's like a perfect square.
100%.
Like he glued it on his chin.
No,
probably they did.
Samuel L. Jackson has gone through what we call the Sean Connery, where you go bald relatively early in your career, and then for the rest of your career, they give you crazy wigs that you have to live with for the whole. Like, do you see Sean Connery in Medicine
slap
Man?
It on.
Yeah, 100% long, crazy ponytail. Yeah, that's what you get. It can't just be a normal hairstyle. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. So buckle up. So good stuff. Anyway, Aaron, why don't we get started with the highlights? What you got? You can lead off.
Kanye West is my main man. There's a quote that really is held up over time.
Yes.
One of the personalities is like a 9-year-old boy, and Kanye
Hedwig.
West is the man.
Yes.
Hedwig and his angry inch.
So, oh, sweet Jesus. So, this movie starts off with 3 girls. It's like her birthday. Like 3 girls are at a birthday party, and they're about to drive. Dad's about to drive them all home. It's basically one birthday girl, her best friend, and the weird girl. The weirdo who she had to invite.
Who is still very attractive, of course.
100%, of course. She's not always...
She's weird. We're going to make fun of her. These girls didn't make fun of her. They were actually being nice. But in Hollywood, the person that's usually bullied is always stunningly attractive, stunning.
Well, yeah,
There's a big eye girl.
Yeah, Anya Taylor-Joy. She really
Yes.
doesn't have much
Is
of a
the
transformation in this. She looks
No.
the same as she did, although with less clothes as the movie progresses, which is I'm going to
Yes.
talk about that later.
And her years of being raped by her uncle has given her the sixth sense.
Oh God, that reveal. The reveal. Yes.
That's what I was like.
Oh God, yes. Well, and here's the thing about it. If you think about it, the beginning, the other girls are like, we have to fight back. And Anya Taylor-Joy's character, whose name just jumped right out of my brain, her whole thing is, no, he's too big. He's too strong. There's nothing we can do. Was basically her attitude throughout most of this movie.
Right.
And the reveal is right. She had a loving relationship with her father who died young from a heart attack, but not before revealing that his much bigger brother was a molestino from way back. And now
it started before when her dad was still alive.
Yes.
While they were camping. They used to
they
go
were
hunting in the woods.
Correct. And he is currently her guardian. When she's rescued from the House of Horrors, the police officer's like, "Oh, your uncle's here to get you." So he's still in the picture. At
that point, you don't say he has been raping me for years.
Right.
You've just survived this.
I don't know.
I feel she's gone home and dispatched him at this point.
Well, you kind of thought that was going to be the thing, right? Like she lives in a foster home now because at some point she murdered her uncle. No. And frankly, and that's the thing, that if you want to say that's the twist, I guess maybe that's the twist, where over the course of the movie, one of the personalities of their abductor is a guy with OCD. So every time, and he's also a bit of a freak. He likes to watch young girls dance. That's also a reveal. Whenever they try to escape, they get like dirt on their sweater, or the one girl pees herself to try to avoid being attacked by this one person.
And Anya told her that. I'm like, that's not like good advice. If you're going to get raped, pee yourself.
100%.
Yeah, that's good advice.
So but over the course of the movie, he keeps making them like take off that dirty article of clothing. So very early on, it's like the first girl is like sitting around in her bra. The next chick is sitting around in just her underwear. And Anya Taylor-Joy, they keep pulling off layers, but she has multiple layers on. Now later in the movie,
she's as it revealed, she's a cutter. And if you've ever lived or worked with someone who's a cutter, that's exactly it. It's layer after layer after layer. Long sleeves, long pants to cover everything up.
100%. But of course, as a guy, I notice at a certain point, she's wearing this long white shirt. And it's like Cleveland for days. It's like décolletage, if you will. And they kept shooting her from certain angles, which you didn't notice before, but now it's like, oh, I'm resting with my ample bosom right here in the shot for me to enjoy.
Flop it out.
Maybe it's just me. And it's possible it's just me. I'm noticing such things that the director wasn't intending. But
I have to say, I have no memory of her cleavage.
See? Guilty as charged. Maybe I'm...
There you go.
Well, and also, here's another thing that was revealed over the course of the movie, is that the main personality of the... Dennis is not the main personality. The main personality is Kevin. Kevin was the guy... Because, of course...
Kevin's the person.
Kevin's the person. Kevin is the person with multiple personalities. And I guess there are 23 different personalities. The main one is supposed to be Barry. Barry's like kind of a fashion designer type who works at the zoo, as it's revealed. But he's been pushed out of the light by a combination of 3 personalities who are collectively referred to as the Horde, even though it's just a small percentage of all his personalities. So...
Right.
They can't just call them the triplets or something. I guess that wouldn't be as terrifying.
It's Dennis, Patricia, and Hedwig.
And Dennis is basically the main abductor person, right? He's the one who basically they were getting in the car in the busy parking lot, and I guess he sprayed.
He's like commando.
Right. He sprayed the dad and conked him on the head and then just drove away with the girls and sprayed them with whatever it is, chloroform or whatever. He's the guy who's kind of a freak, who is totally okay abducting the people, but he also has the OCD where he's constantly trying to clean everything. Everything has to be just right.
Everything lined up.
Now, the research I did said Miss Patricia, who's like a proper British lady, is the priestess, because there's a whole like religious aspect that they worship at the altar of the heretofore never seen 24th personality, the Beast. So it's kind of like they're like a cult within the personalities. And then they need the 9-year-old personality, Hedwig, because his special power is that he can take the light whenever he wants. Basically, where normally it's Barry. Barry gives a little time to this person, a little time to that person. Again, we really don't see any of these other personalities. Like there's like a quick video where kind of here's some other personalities, but we don't really meet any of these other personalities. So they recruit Hedwig to basically allow Dennis to take over and pretend to be Barry when they go out and do things. Basically in public. It's very it's very convoluted. But in spite of that, every now and again, I guess Dennis takes a nap, and then Barry or whomever comes out and is emailing their therapist constantly saying, I need your help.
Help.
I need your help. So when that happens, go ahead.
They don't email enough, like they could say, what the F is going on?
No, they do. Of course not. They could also pick up the phone and be like, hey, it's Barry. I've only got 5 minutes. Dennis is taking over. No, of course not.
Yeah.
So the emails say, hey, I need help. And then Dennis will go to the therapist's office the next day and be like, oh, hey, just thought I'd pop in. See, it was cool. I mean, nothing big. Just wanted to say how you do. What's going on with you? So how's life treating you? Basically to throw off the suspicion of the therapist. Now,
yes.
The therapist.
So now someone's doing cleanup every day. Is just showing up, doing cleanup every day. So of course, doctor is suspicious.
She's suspicious because again, Barry is not OCD. Only Dennis is. So when Dennis comes in and he's just wearing a scarf as though he's Barry, he's also can't help himself from kind of adjusting the magazine over here, the candy dish over here, which of course she notices.
Away.
He gives himself away. Now, the therapist, played by Betty Buckley from 8 is Enough, and Carrie, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. You don't remember her? From which are you having trouble with?
No. Keep going. She was the PE teacher.
She was the PE teacher from Carrie. But, okay, so.
I gotta say, she looks good, because that is an old movie.
That is an old, yes, that's from the mid-70s, 100%. And I always say this, I thought she was damn foxy in Carrie. I had a little Betty Buckley crush.
She had the good 70s hair.
100%, that'll do it every time. So she's basically an expert in this field of multiple personality disorder. And she has kind of a controversial opinion that it's not just in your mind, right? When a new personality takes over, there are also physiological changes that occur. Like some have diabetes.
Well, that is true. I don't know about the diabetes, but I have read in my extensive research about things like that. One writes with like one might be left-handed while the other is right-handed. Different, their heart rate beats at a different, different rate. Things like that. I don't know if one of them is psychic and one flies, but there is some information. But you got to still remember, even though everybody talks about multiple personality, it is incredibly rare.
Right.
It's incredibly rare.
Well, what do they say? Most of the time, it's just BS. Most of the time, it's just somebody like wanting attention, something like to that degree, where it's literally like there are 10 people in my brain and each has a different name and a different voice and blah blah blah. Usually, they think it's BS because it is so rare.
But I think of the cases that they knew about, it's like severe trauma,
right?
Where you basically have just disassociated and you just kind of become a persona of a different person because it's too much for your brain to handle.
That's right, and that's kind of what this movie is about. Because the Horde.
So the movie Sybil, if you ever saw that, that's Sally Field. One you always think about. Sally Field. That was a very upsetting little film.
A very special Sally Field. I mean, prior to that, she was the flying nun in Gidget. I think after that, now she's in movies with Burt Reynolds, if I'm remembering this correctly.
Absolutely.
So, anywho, basically, what it is the Horde, these three personalities, are abducting these women to be a sacrifice to, like I said, the heretofore unrevealed 24th personality, the Beast, who I think it's Dennis who says, or the doctor says to Dennis, essentially, that he has super strength, that he can climb like walls like a spider kind of thing, and his skin is as tough as a rhino's, is literally what they say at one point. And I'm like, that's some crazy shit. That's some crazy shit.
But as it turns out,
not so crazy, evidently.
Not so crazy. Crazy, but in a different kind of crazy way.
In a different kind of crazy way. Now, my research told me.
I mean, is there some kind of brain internet? Where did they get the information about the Horde? I mean, about the Horde, about this entity.
Oh, they get it. They get it. Basically, the personalities are all sitting in a chair in this guy's brain.
They're in a room, sitting in chairs, looking at each other.
But they can talk to each other. They can communicate with each other. So she has information about all the personalities, largely from Barry. Like Barry's the one who I guess goes to work each day at what's revealed to be the zoo. I think Barry's the one who generally goes to the therapy sessions. He's usually the one who has these conversations, right? He's kind of because that's what's crazy. It's like it's never Kevin. I think it's once Kevin in this movie, because there's a thing. It's revealed.
It's like Psycho when they were like, sometimes it was Mother and Norman,
right?
But mostly it was just Mother.
It was never just Norman.
It was never just Norman.
Well, and the doctor reveals that if you ever just call Kevin's it's like Kevin Wendell Crumb or something.
Like Beetlejuice.
Yes. If you say it, it's revealed because that's how, when he was being abused, his mom would call him by his full name, essentially, when he was a child. So that's the thing that kind of snaps him out of it. But she says, I would never do that because I would never use your full name because it's very disruptive to your personalities and blah, 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 blah.
I feel like you would do that all the time to get rid of these other fucking destructive personalities. Wouldn't you be saying that every 5 minutes?
Well, what's the goal of the therapy?
Kevin Michael?
But that's what I mean. It's like, is the goal just to get him to live with it or to cure it? I don't know.
In the United States of Terra, which is another multiple personality, it was to merge the personalities back. You're like you've broken a China cup and now you're trying to put it all back together. You're trying to merge the personalities back together.
Correct. But this therapist doesn't seem to be that concerned about that.
I feel like she's chasing her fame because before I'd show up at that house, I'd be coming with some backup.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Well, yes, there's a lot.
Things are seriously wrong. I would not be showing up in the middle of the night. No.
Well,
no. It's like the social worker in what was that Australian movie?
Bring Her Back.
Yeah, no, you need to bring a team of people in there to investigate that nonsense.
Well, and here's the thing about this movie. It seems like there are opportunities early on for the three girls to escape, right? They're all in the same room together. When Dennis comes out, I think like at least one of them could get away, right? Or hit him on the head. I mean, they just kind of sit there and don't do anything. Now, that being said, when Hedwig, who's the little 9-year-old, does that mean he has the strength of a 9-year-old? Right? Tackle him, take the keys out of his GD pocket, and then run for your life.
Well, I think the two girls, they all shot their shot, but they really all needed to do it together.
Right.
And it's Anya's fault.
Because she wouldn't do it. She basically said
she wouldn't do it.
She wouldn't participate. The guy's too strong. You know, it'll be worse for us if we try to escape. You know,
she's working from her past experience.
100%.
She doesn't fight her uncle anymore. She just
100%.
lets it happen.
Right. And they kind of said that she, you know, in her past had ran away from home all the time. And she reveals like,
right,
I try to get kicked out of class just so I can get set, you know, to detention or whatever, so I could have some peace and just be alone for a while.
Right.
That's like my students. I want to get sent out of class too for a little peace of quiet. For
they
God's
do not
sake.
go there for peace for us. They're not going there to have peace. They're going up there to go tear up another environment.
Fair enough.
Facts.
But the Horde's whole thing is, like, basically they said that we targeted these two girls because they basically didn't have any problems. Like, they were living in nice houses and everything was cool for them. So therefore they are unworthy of living.
Nothing was wrong in their world.
Right.
Yeah.
They are unworthy of living, so therefore they should be sacrificed. And, you know, spoiler, they dead. The beast is chewing on them later in the movie, for God's sakes. Sweet Jesus.
Which is kind of bullshit. I mean, it's kind of a bullshit because just because from the outside it appears that everything's great, that doesn't necessarily mean that everything's great.
No.
So it's kind of a bullshit.
Well, but why would you expect, you know, the crazy people to have a reasonable reaction to things? It's all perception.
You got that. Well, it was interesting because even when Dennis was kidnapping them, he didn't kill the dad. He just gassed him and left him out there.
Right?
No, because later on you see interviews with the dad.
Oh. I thought he backed over him with the car. So who's to say?
Get out of here. But he didn't gas old Anya until she like did this super long, I'm going to look at you, I'm going to look at the door. I'm going to look at you, I'm going to look at the door. Maybe I'll go for the door. And he's like, sprayed her.
Right. That was kind of, in retrospect, that's interesting because it's true. Because she was basically, she was basically a victim. So she wasn't going to try to fight back. She wasn't going to try to struggle. She was just going to go along with it, I guess. But then she's the hero. Is she the hero of this movie?
Dude, once you see the bags dump out and a stranger walking up to the car, I might step out.
She notices that. She's the one who sees the attack.
Because she's hyper vigilant.
Right.
You call that hyper. They're always like, what's happening? What's
100%.
happening?
100%.
Yeah.
One thing I was thinking about.
They're trying to say that this is a superpower for her. It's like the Rick Riordan books where ADHD is your superpower.
Okay, fair. But I don't know if they were trying to say she had a power. I think it was meant to be the twist that she was the one left and the beast was coming to get her, and it's revealed that she's a cutter, and then he leaves her alone.
And he's like, beautiful, fantastic.
Then you're one of us.
Peace, my sister.
Right.
Fist bumps. One of us.
One of us. Just like freaks.
Well, gooba gaba. One of us. So in a way, she had her own spidey senses, but she was not a team player for sure. She was kind of just doing her own.
Right. I think her...
And maybe those girls died because of it.
Maybe. Maybe, because that's the thing. It's like, it seemed like she wasn't going to physically fight back initially. What she was going to try to do is try to like convince them, right? Use psychological kind of tools to try to get what she wanted, right? To try to protect herself, to
Right.
try to escape. She wasn't going to pop, even when the one girl picks up a chair and bashes Miss Patricia from behind. She doesn't get up. Only the girl runs by herself, and Anya stays at the table and doesn't try to leave. Doesn't
Dude,
try to escape.
if the three of them had worked together, they could have knocked her ass out and tied her up.
Or stabbed her. She was cutting a knife. She was cutting their sandwiches. Could have bopped her on the head with the chair. Kept bopping her. Okay, get
Yes.
the GD keys.
Pop
and
like
then-
a grape.
Right. Well, and that's okay. There's a
I
couple
agree.
couple things that happen in this movie. When later in the movie, Anya Taylor-Joy uses like the word, because Betty Buckley, the psychiatrist, shows up and is killed by the beast. But I guess she wrote on a piece of paper, say his name. So she says Kevin Wendell Crumb. Kevin Wendell Crumb kind of appears for a moment and he's like, well, what's going on? Isn't it 2016 or whatever he says? You think he'd be like
He hasn't been around for like 5 years.
100%, but you think he'd be like, why is there like blood in my mouth? Why is there a hunk of flesh hanging from my because he'd already eaten somebody. You think you'd notice. Not this guy.
Yeah.
And then later in the movie, she's still hiding in the cage and some random worker is like, what are you doing here? It's like, are you telling me people could have been walking through here at any time in the last however week when we were held prisoner? That's ridiculous. That was
Exactly.
crazy. That was crazy. So, anyway, anything else?
Well, they were in the locker rooms. I mean, they were in the locker room.
Yes.
Multiple times. It is weird. So, did this happen at night? Was it a holiday weekend? Because zoos are open 7 days a week, I'm pretty sure.
Yes. Unclear. And I guess, maybe I saw this on the movie, he's called the Beast because he's emulating the animals in the zoo. Not because he's the devil or something. So, anyway. What else you got? Anything else before we move on with our lives?
He's the Beast Master.
He's the Beast Master.
Talk a little bit more because I want to read my notes. You've always been asleep.
I like that little flourish at the end. I think that really made the day. Go ahead. What you got?
But most of these are questions. Like,
Yeah.
if you're getting all these notices, one, I would have called work to make sure he still hadn't been fired and everything's still okay. And why, if things are spinning out of control, I mean, clearly he didn't have a history of violence.
Okay.
Otherwise, she would have, I mean, you wouldn't show, I'm assuming that because there was no mention of that. And you certainly wouldn't have gone there by yourself. But with all this going on, why wouldn't you, A, let's look at our medications, and B, maybe you need to be hospitalized. I would have gone checking it out, but I would have had like a bed ready for him and all that. So really,
she rushes over there because she
Betty
knows something's
Buckley's
going
fault.
wrong. You know what I mean?
I felt like she waited too long.
100%. She was there because she knew something was wrong. It wasn't just like a random, I just thought I'd pop over and say hello.
Yeah.
No, she was rushing over there, but didn't call anybody, didn't get any help. Whatever. She crazy.
No.
She cray.
Oh, she crazy. Yeah.
She must be
She had
crazy.
a great office, though.
Beautiful.
No, I
home.
just felt like she really dropped the ball. She really dropped the ball on this.
Multiple times.
Because obviously this person was, I think she was chasing the fame and keeping her eye was not on the prize, which is getting this dude straight.
Well, and they also said
Quite
that,
frankly, with 25 personalities, I'm like, really? I wonder what kind of a job. He was just scooping poop for the cat people, I think.
it could be. Well, they established, she even says that the Dennis and Miss Patricia personalities were banned by the other ones. So the fact, by the other personalities, I guess. So the fact that they were like in charge and pretending to be Barry, that should have been a major red flag. No red flag. She was just thrilled to be able to talk to Dennis finally. Strange. Strange.
Yeah, that seems very strange, especially because, and interesting that Dennis would then tell her what's up.
Well, because he was
like
egotistical,
tearful
right?
a little bit.
He wanted to be able to
but
share.
he got a little.
Yeah.
He wanted to be, of course they wanted to be able to share, but he was also a little weepy about the thing.
Well, I think he was weepy because somebody was finally listening to him and giving him a moment in the sun to share what's important to him. I don't think it was any kind of regret at all. So, anyway, should we go behind the scenes? I just don't
see. No, I'm still talking. I just don't see where there was any progress in as far as reuniting this mind.
No, that wasn't even on the menu.
She is studying him and studying the personalities for her own theories.
100%. She was a bad therapist. 100%.
Dr. Betty, you bad.
You bad. Let's go behind the scenes, shall we?
Let's go.
In order to prevent leaks, the final scene in the diner was not included in the shooting script and also omitted from all test screenings. They didn't want people to realize it was the same shared universe, I guess. How about that?
Little known fact, same universe as The Simpsons. Little known fact.
I did not know that. Are you making up nonsense? Damn you, Aaron. When Joaquin Phoenix and the production couldn't reach a contract agreement, James McAvoy was cast as the lead instead.
Oh, I love McAvoy. McAvoy.
Yeah.
And he did a great job with this. Absolutely.
I think he did good. Now, I thought I don't know what kind of accent he was trying to do. Was that the Philadelphia accent or something for M. Night Shyamalan? He was doing some kind of, he never did just a regular accent.
There was a lot of interesting voices.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. Fair. I always joke, it's like I have the hardest. I forget that his name is James McAvoy half the time. I keep wanting to call him Rory McIlroy, which is a golfer, and I don't even watch golf, so it's weird.
I used to I always get him and the guy who went on to be in Star Wars as the same person.
Chris Pine.
None of the Chris's. Stop always bringing up the Chris's.
Who else you're talking about?
No, the guy from Trainspotting.
Ewan McGregor?
Yes, I always think that James McAvoy and Ewan McGregor are the same person, even though Ewan McGregor, I believe, is a little bit older.
A little bit older, to say the least.
Just a sconce.
M. Night Shyamalan stated that the shooting of this film was the most challenging of his career. How about that?
M. Night Shyamalan is a little challenging.
Yeah, you'd think. He is. I agree. Let's see. James McAvoy broke his hand on set. He said he meant to
doing
punch
what? Furious masturbating?
Yes. Yes, he doesn't want to talk about it. He was meant to punch this door. Actually, it wasn't even on camera. It was before I came on camera. There was a soft padded bit in the door, and I took to punching it a few times before I went in the scene, because I was meant to come in like full of beans and full of adrenaline, but it was metal. The rest of the door was metal.
Full of beans. And I missed James McAvoy's full of beans.
Yeah. So he broke his, because I guess he'd kind of get himself jazzed up, and then he thought it was padded.
Yeah.
Crunch. And that was all she wrote. Let's see.
Yeah. Boys like to punch walls.
We do.
Ask me how many walls I punched in my time getting jacked up. No.
How many?
None.
Wah, wah.
None.
I
can wing a dish at you if that helps.
Ain't no lie. Dr. Fletcher's name may be a nod to Louise Fletcher, the nurse Ratched from One Flew Over the
Nurse
Cuckoo's
Ratched.
It says may be a reference. So this is just somebody making up some nonsense. Thank you for all that
facts.
Nonsense.
Facts. We call it facts. It feels true. It's a fact.
This is the fourth highest grossing film worldwide of Shyamalan's career. Do you know what the other three are?
Lady of the Water.
Bong. Guess again.
The Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense.
The Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense again.
Unbreakable.
Nope.
The Happening.
Definitely not. Do you want me to just tell you? We'll
The,
be here all
the
day.
Village of the Damned.
It was Sixth Sense, Signs.
I don't
And the
think I
most-
ever saw that.
We should probably do it sometime. And the most ridiculous is The Last Airbender, which is a totally reviled.
Oh.
It was.
I never saw that.
Yeah, no one saw it. Well, evidently a lot of people saw it, just no one I know. Wah, wah.
Oof. Yikes.
I think that's about it. Let's talk about the cast and crew, shall we?
M. Night Shyamalan made a cameo, and
did.
quite frankly, his cameos never bother me. I mean, he's attractive. I mean, he's never the star of the show. He's usually integral at some point, but it
he's
never
fine.
bothers me.
No, he's fine as long as he don't give himself too big a role. Like, for example, Lady in the Water, where he's crucial
It's
to the
true.
plot. That's what always
But
makes me laugh.
still, it doesn't bother me.
No,
He's no Costner. I sense he's a method actor.
M. Night Shyamalan, known for Signs in 2002, Lady in the Water 2006, The Village 2004, and The Sixth Sense 1999. How about that?
Yep,
Uh,
and a few others.
and a few others that shall remain nameless. Let's see. James McAvoy played Dennis, Patricia, Hedwig, the Beast, Barry. The list goes on and on. Kevin.
He played all the characters that look just like James McAvoy.
100%. You know him from such things as Filth in 2013. He
Unfamiliar.
was in Split.
I know him as Dr. X.
Professor X. He's not an MD. He's a teacher. He was in Atonement in 2007. And
Oh, I'm not gonna see that.
you didn't see that? That was with Keira Knightley.
No, isn't that the Catholic guild and they're having an
No.
affair and she
No.
prays?
No.
Oh, never mind.
He was in The Last King of Scotland in 2006.
Oh my God, that was great.
Yeah.
That was great. I already told you my Idi Amin story.
He was also Dr. X in a lot of things. X with the X-ray eyes.
If only they did remake X with the X-ray eyes
Yeah,
with
only.
James McAvoy, I'll sign up for that. I'm gonna see that.
Anya Taylor-Joy played Casey Cook. You know her from such things as The Queen's Gambit in 2020, 7 episodes on Netflix.
Amazing. Yes.
She was in The Witch playing Thomasin in 2015.
She was misunderstood. Next.
She was in The New Mutants in 2020 playing Ilyana Rasputin. How about that?
Did not see that. Next.
And something called Morgan in 2016. Does she play
Morgan Le Fay?
Could be. Unclear.
Morgan, our father.
That's the one I was thinking of. Harry Morgan, the actor. Betty Buckley played Dr. Karen Fletcher. You know her from such things as Split in 2016, The Happening in 2008. Carrie,
Yeah,
she played
remember
Miss
she was the grumpy
Collins.
old lady.
She is. She played Miss Collins in 1976 in Carrie, and she was in Frantic with Harrison Ford playing Sandra Walker in 1988. She was Harrison Ford's wife who gets abducted before that chick from Giallo has to help out. Remember I told you that was the other? Sweet.
This
Sweet
reminded me of Jalo because of the subterranean. You don't know where she is. It's some old rusty building with waters dripping. Remember, they're trapped inside of that with the
Sure.
twin Adrian Brodies that are not twins.
Do you want to know about any of the other actors? I can keep going.
No.
Okay, we good.
Yeah, who played The uncle is a ex-football player because I looked him up because I was like, oh, he's kind of foxy until it became a Mr. Rapey.
Brad William Hankey played Uncle John. I think I've seen him in something else. He actually died in 2020.
I'm not going to be
22.
Mrs. Hankey. Oh Lord!
Yeah. You know him
From concussions, from playing pro ball.
Could be. He was in Frozen Ground in 2013. That's a Nicolas Cage movie. He was in Choke in 2008. He was in Pacific Rim in 2013 and Fury in 2014. I don't know him from any of those things.
No.
I'm gonna scroll down. I've absolutely seen him. He's in 26 episodes of Orange is the New Black. How about that?
Okay. He was probably a prison guard. Did you ever see Orange is the New Black?
Becky loved it. I never actually got a chance to watch it. Anyway, he was in
a
other
good
shit.
women in prison show. All right.
Hey, keep talking. That sounds dynamite. Let's look at the rating, shall we?
All right, lay it on me, brother.
Split currently has 79% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. Do you know what the audience gave it?
Let's see. The professionals gave it a 79. I feel like people like this more than I did. So I'm going to say an 82.
Also 79%. How about that?
Wrong.
79 or like 50,000 reviews or something ridiculous. Let's look at the top critics, shall we?
Let's go.
Let's see. Amy Nicholson from MTV says Shyamalan's popcorn.
They review movies?
They sometimes do. Shyamalan's popcorn picture is scramblingly strange, a chiller where both the bad guy and his victims are, well, all victims. How about that? Everyone's a victim. Not impressed?
Yes. No.
Let's see. A.O. Scott from the New York Times says, Split is lurid and ludicrous and sometimes more than a little icky in its prurient, maudlin interest in the abuse of children. It's also absorbing and sometimes slyly funny. How about that?
I didn't see Ludacris in there. Who did he play?
Did you find it prurient and maudlin?
Maybe a little maudlin, but prurient. I'm going to write that down in my word of the day.
Prurient. How about that? I'd have to Google it.
It doesn't sound even good. Worse. The more you say it.
Yep.
No.
There's one more review I want to check out here from The Observer. We have Rex Reed, the real Rex Reed.
The real Rex Reed?
The real one.
Right, we'll do back-to-back comparison, Rex Reed versus Rex Reed.
This is a filmmaker with almost no real talent for coherence, originality, or purpose, and in spite of his insistence on audience secrecy, his overly contrived plots are easy to figure out before the beginning of the second reel. 1 out of 4.
Rex, that is correct. The worst part, you're on a stinker M. Night. Within the first quarter of the movie, you've already figured the whole thing out. And as it is slowly, like a sledgehammer, revealed to you for the next hour and a half, you just stew in your rage. Yeah, I understand.
Okay, fair enough. I find the reason why we chose Rex Reed to be our in-house critic is because his reviews are never just about the movie. He's going to take some cheap shots at the director, the writer, the actors, are arguably like personal and offensive. So that's why we find it hilarious. So
I like that he at least has an opinion. Half the time when you read these professional critics, you don't know, one, what the hell they're saying, or it'll sound like they're trashing it, and then suddenly it's 4 out of 5.
Fair.
It literally seems like they watched the first 20 minutes, read somebody else's review, and slapped together something. Rex goes for it. He has an opinion.
He definitely has an opinion. Let's go to our in-house movie critic, AI Rex Reed. This is the fake one.
Hey,
Let's see what the fake
that's
one
why we
has
call
to
it
say.
AI Rex Reed.
100%. I'm not trying to get sued. Split is a gimmicky psycho circus where James McAvoy chews through 23 personalities like an acting demo reel gone feral, while the plot bends itself into a twisty knot it can't untangle. How about that?
How about that?
Okay, fair enough. What is your rating for Split, Aaron?
My rating is 1. M. Night always tells you what the twist is going to be if you listen hard enough. That's why you and I are both so jaded, because we're waiting for it. And as soon as you get an explanation, somebody whispers something, that's when you know. Betty Buckley, literally at the beginning, tells us what is happening. And I knew at that moment she was correct. You don't want to watch not the Sixth Sense, Silence of the Lamb, and find out that Hannibal Lecter is an X-Men at the end.
So, okay.
If you think you're in a suspense movie, you want it to be a suspense movie. You don't want it to be sliding over into the Marvel mother effing universe. No. Nothing makes me more angry than when that happens, or when someone watches a movie and tells me, this is the same timeline as whatever the masters of the universe is. It makes me so angry. I'm like, shut the F up. That's why I'm saying this is the same timeline as The Simpsons.
So, to be clear, the twist is what? I thought that the twist was she's revealed to have been abused, and therefore she was safe from the beast because he's not interested in attacking somebody who's abused.
The twist is that abused and damaged and fucked up people are superheroes.
They're not all
because
superheroes.
In a way, she is. She was able to use the powers given to her by being a victim to protect herself.
Okay.
She just wasn't as fucked up as Mr. Kevin. So he had greater
Mr.
powers.
Kevin, first of all, I don't appreciate the now. Mr. Kevin, sweet Jesus.
That's the character's name, Brother Bear. Okay. So he's just more fucked up, so his superpowers are stronger.
Fair enough.
She's just run-of-the-mill effed up.
Okay, fair enough. So what's your final rating? On a scale of 1 to 5, so what's your final rating?
My rating is predictable, infuriating, aggravating. I hate it when I figure out the movie before I've even gone a quarter into my popcorn. Aaron says, and I'm going to be generous, 3 out of 5.
See, when you say 3 out of 5, that doesn't sound like a horrible piece of shit. You've been talking about it like it's a god-awful nightmare, and then you say 3 out of 5.
None of them are a piece of shit.
Well,
they're just predictable, which makes me angry, especially when I've made a whole evening out of leaving the house, going to the theater, wrangling up some of my mother effers to go with me, and then plopping down an equal amount of money for some god-awful radioactive popcorn that's going to tear up my insides.
Fair. I guess what it comes down to, and here's my question to you: at what point, what grade on a 5-point scale would you have to give to say not bad? A 4?
I have given higher 3. I have given higher 3s not bad.
Okay, so like a 3.5 is you're not bad.
I would have never seen this movie again. Just because once you know, and you're just going to be furious again.
Okay, fair enough.
I just feel like the problem with M. Night It's like Anne Rice books. It's like certain authors, when they get so famous, it's like they forget that they have professional editors out there. It's like at some point, someone needs to grab the wheel and say, let's try this for that. Because we're going great. We're going great. Then all of a sudden, off the cliff.
See, that's a 3? If your car's going off the cliff, Aaron?
I am literally giving it a 3 for others.
Okay, fair enough. I'm going to give it a 3.5.
It's a pity 3.
Don't give it a pity 3. I gave it a 3.5, and I thought it was pretty good. How about that? So between the 3 is a drive off the cliff, and a 3.5 is pretty good. I kind of want to watch the sequel. I want to kind of watch Glass and see how it all gets wrapped up. So there you go. I thought it was
on the list.
I thought it was pretty good.
Put the bullshit on the list.
Put the bullshit on the list. Fair enough. So I would say, if someone says, "Hey, let's watch,"
at the very least, it'll be something to talk about.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, if you don't care about, The Secret being stupid, and you don't care about figuring out the whole movie in the first 5 minutes, then I say 2 thumbs up.
Then I give it a 6 out of 5. No,
I'm gonna give it. Yeah, it's the nuclear option.
There are worse Shyamalan
the acting's fine.
Yes,
I was never scared.
No, I wasn't either.
I was never. Silence of the Lambs made your heart beat. You were scared.
That's
you
a 5.
You were scared for the victims.
Yes.
You were scared. It's a 5. I was not ever really scared for these people.
No, not at all. We didn't really.
I was a little nervous for old Betty Buckley showing up unescorted in the middle of the night. No. All business in horror movies has to be dealt with in the middle of the night. I'd be like, I'm going to take a Vicodin. I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to get up, have some coffee. I'm going to head over there during working hours.
Right.
Yeah.
Fair. No, you knew she was dead.
Why don't we email back? Yeah. Why don't she email back some of those 25 messages and go, hey, what's going on?
How about call the cops, do a wellness check?
That's what I was thinking.
Yes.
And come with me, because we're going to need to section this dude.
Yes. 100%.
We're going to need to section. Who's paying her bills, by the way?
Her people.
Do you think his city job, his insurance for the city job, that he's I don't know if he's, like I said, for all we knew, he is literally scooping the crap from the cat people.
Well, she has many clients.
In a cage.
Still in the cage.
She has many clients. She is in a private practice in a mansion in the living room. Woody Allen was one of her recently fired clients.
Could be. Do you get fired as
a
client?
Not the dude who works at the city. You can fire them.
You're out of here. You're fired. Anyway, anything else about this movie before we wrap it up and get on with our lives?
I'm going to go back to not thinking about it.
I might go watch Glass tonight. How about that? Just for fun. For no reason at all, other than just enjoyment.
All right. You let me know if we need to watch. You can watch it again for the podcast.
Well, I'm just kidding. I'm not really going to watch it tonight. We'll see. We'll see if some point I feel like doing it. So, thank you very much. Go to our pages across social media. We're on Threads. We're on Blue Sky. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. You can watch us on YouTube if you prefer that medium and see our smiling faces. You can also email us the podcast that wouldn't die at Gmail. We are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere the finer podcasts are available. So don't forget to like, share, rate, and review. Won't you?
Won't you please?
Aaron, what is your social media situation?
I have media. I manage the TikTok. I am the Cult of Aaron. Join the cult on the Instagram. And just to throw this out there, please, you need to follow Werner Herzog on Instagram. He never had social media, and now he does. And now it's It's quite weird.
Okay. I thought you were going to say Udo Kier. Follow Udo Kier on social
Udo
media.
Kier, R.I.P. How dare you?
I know, fair. I do like Werner Herzog.
You gotta follow him on Instagram. There's pictures of him at the Golden Globes just looking sad and angry at his salad, while all his whole table are young girls taking selfies of themselves. So there's a whole picture of these girls like this, and Werner just like
100%.
it's quite amusing.
As you know, we like to include our friends and family's
do know
thoughts and
that.
feelings across the social media landscape. Aaron, what are the streets saying?
Terry Millay wants to know why we're not doing more folk horror. I mean, The Witch was so successful. We need more, and of course, The Wicker Man. We need more folk horror.
How about The
Don't
Village?
you agree?
We can
The
do
Village of the Damned.
Hey, you know what? Whatever your name is, if you're down, just send us a movie suggestion. We'll add it to the list. How about that?
If you're down to clown, the problem with The Village, besides it being an M. Night creation, is who's the blonde guy that I hate from The Accidental Tourist? He is
William Hurt. William Hurt. Yes. Is he a good actor?
doesn't
I
like
often
William
wondered
Hurt.
that.
No. Will he ever star in a movie with Kevin Costner? They could be brothers, identical brothers.
William Hurt, R.I.P. So the answer is no. They will not ever star together. So how about that?
Oh, that's right. Well, with the wonders of AI.
With the wonders of AI, 100%. Next week, we're discussing the horror classic Jacob's Ladder, starring Tim Robbins and some other randos. How will you watch
Another
it?
movie I saw at the theater.
I saw it at the theater too, 1,000 years ago.
Palms to Pines.
Palms to Pines. You can. No one knows Palms to Pines. I don't think it exists anymore. It was a movie theater back in the day.
That's Palms. Yes.
You can watch it for streaming for free on Hoopla or Canopy, your library apps. How about that?
My library just sent out a message. They are discontinuing to cut costs, Hoopla. So there's no
Sons
more.
of bitches.
So I'm going to have to pay for this crap? Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. Do you have the MGM Plus app? You can watch it there with a subscription.
I do not.
Then I'm sad to say you're going to have to pay $3.99 on Apple TV, Prime Video, YouTube, Fandango at home. But if you have a Fandango, you can buy it for $5. How about that?
Not going to do that.
Not going to do that either. So
I already can tell you I'm feeling angry already.
So check that out. Send any favorite scenes, favorite quotes, comments, and questions, and we may talk about it on the show. So thank you very much, and be well.
You know, you made me think that I hate all these movies, so I'm going to make a random list for the next episode of just a daily list of like 5 things I hate from that week. I'm just going to share it. The week in hate.
We'll give you a
With Aaron
spotlight
Doherty.
of just a week of angry thoughts. How's that grab you? Anywho,
Perfect.
bye.